Hello guys and welcome back to another video on my channel. Now today it is a match preview. It's Barnsley versus Luton. I'm trying out a new thing with my match previews to try and do it under 5 minutes. Otherwise you guys are just going to hear me constant talking throughout these videos and I'll just go on and on and on. So I'm going to try my best to do it under 5 minutes. So what are my thoughts for this Barnsley game? But like any other match preview though, we do talk about the game before, which was for Luton against West Brom, which Luton lost 3-2. Now, if you told me before the game that Luton were going to lose 3-2 against West Brom, I would have thought, oh, we would have, it was a tight game and we just lost out due to quality. And in reality, that was not the case. If any of you guys have seen Nathan Jones's interview after the game against West Brom, I actually highly recommend to watch it. In fact, he was pretty much spot on about that game. Now, I didn't watch the full game. I watched the extended highlights and I have read the reports. But what Nathan Jones said about West Brom was totally spot on. For 70 minutes, we was just not Luton. But for the final 20 minutes, we were. I felt like we gave West Brom too much respect in the first 70 minutes. The goals which we conceded, they were very poor. They weren't quality goals by West Brom. We should have defended better as a team. We didn't do the basics correct, and we allowed West Brom to dominate that match for 70 minutes. We were the real Luton for the final 20 minutes, and fair play to the lads. It showed great character and great attitude to get 2 goals back. It could have gone 5-0, that game. I felt like under a different manager, under a different squad of players, it could have been a lot worse for Luton. But no, we've got good players in this team, good players with good attitudes, and we managed to get 2 goals back. Now, in reality, that's -1 on the goal difference. That -1 could help us down the line. You never know. It's better. I know it sounds silly, but it's better to lose 3-2 than 3-0 because, it's not -3 goal difference. It's only -1. And goal difference will definitely matter this season, in my opinion, especially if we are trying to challenge for those playoff places. Goal difference is massive. So we definitely need to make sure that we are scoring more goals this season. But yeah, Naismith didn't really have the best of games. Cameron Jerome and Musway, when they came on the pitch, they changed the game. Clark, unfortunately, is now out for a week or 2 due to that collision with Johnston, the West Brom goalkeeper. It was a 50-50, challenge, and I know a lot of people think it's a red card. Stuff like that happens in football. And one week, that could have happened to the goalkeeper and he could have been concussed. The next, it's a player. I think due to Clark's, height and, stature, he's just unfortunate. If that was Adebayo, different story in my opinion. But anyway, moving on to this game against West Brom. No, moving on to this game against Barnsley. We've had good battles with Barnsley over the last few seasons. Played them in League One and obviously went up with Barnsley to the Championship. We've had good battles, especially at Barnsley Stadium. That's where we normally see a lot of goals. In the home match at Luton, we don't normally see a competitive game. Normally they're quite boring, but at Barnsley is normally where we see quite a lot of goals. Obviously last season we won 1-0 at that play at Barnsley at Oakwell. James Collins with the goal. That was on the opening weekend of the season. I feel like in recent years we've had a good record at Barnsley, and I've got some confidence that we will get something from this game. I would be very disappointed if we lose against Barnsley and not come away with any points. We've lost 2 games in a row now in all competitions. We do not want to make that 3. And also we need to show good character to bounce back from a defeat. I felt like over the last couple of seasons now, especially being in the Championship, that when we have lost a game, we've not had that character to go on and get something from the next game and get a win, and we need to change that type of mentality. And I do feel like we've got the right, characters within our team now to change that mentality and bounce back quickly following a defeat. So that's exactly what we need to do. We need to bounce back from a defeat, even if it's a point. I would happily take a point away from home against Barnsley. I don't think Barnsley are the same side as what they were last year, especially now they're under a new manager. We could be playing Barnsley at a good time because, new manager, he's showing different things. He's putting a new style of play in, new tactics and stuff like that. So you may say we're playing Barnsley at a good time. Some may say actually no, because they may catch us off guard. In my opinion, I feel like we're playing them at a good time in the season. Obviously, as I already said, I do want us to get something. I would be very disappointed if we lose against Barnsley. I do feel like Barnsley is a team which I kind of am expecting to get something from this game against them, because I feel like they're not going to have as good of a season as they did last year, in my opinion. And I feel like they will be challenging for the top 10 just like us. So for us to get something from this game will be very important. So let's move on to the starting 11 that I would pick for this game. As you can tell, I'm already over the 5-minute mark, but I try my best to cut it as low as possible. But anyway, in goal, I'm going to go Sluga. I'm going to go with the same back four that played against West Brom. Unfortunately, Reece Burke and Tom Lockyer Bradley, I don't think they're going to be ready for this game against Barnsley. They may be ready for the game on the weekend against Birmingham, but I don't think they're going to be ready for the game against Barnsley. In the midfield, Campbell and Pelly. Will Glenn Ray come into the team? I'm not too sure. I have a feeling that Mendes, Gomez or Musway will come into the side, but I'm going to go with Mendes, Gomez, and then my three attackers, Cornick, Adebayo and Onyedinma as my three attackers. My score prediction, I'm going with a 1-1 draw against Barnsley, and yeah, that is my score prediction, and that is the end of the video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this, hopefully not too rush match preview. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Comment below your score predictions and your predicted 11s for this game and your overall thoughts for this game against Barnsley. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.